Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going to have a quick look at the coffee market, what happened for last week and what we could expect for the coming weeks. So we got some major break to the upside, breaking that trend line. We've been capped in for quite a while, so it was quite positive. Got some major follow through with the rollover jumping to 113, and then the move continuation breaking to 118 and 123. So as we can recall, we had that 4 hours divergence that was running right here. So we had the origin of that point was looking at 119, 118 and pointing in extension to 123. So we cleared the divergence, so that's probably not tradable anymore, but still that trend line should act as a support, as well as that line that we're having here. That is also the 4 hours 50 MA that's running now at 112. So what's happened if we zoom on the 1 hour, we can see that we had bearish divergence building up, which is actually the second one. We had the first one that was actually here at that point that got invalidated. Then the price could manage to push a little bit higher before actually dropping for good after the second attempt. So that divergence is likely to go and play forward to actually clear up a little bit lower. Expecting at that point that we retest that trend line. Sorry, retesting that trend line here at 113. But still we're having that gap at 109 that could actually get reached should we actually see some momentum building up at that level. So I'll be looking in terms of trading to keep buying into that trend, as I believe we got a trend change that will not stop at that level. If we just recall what happened back in August this year, so we had that spike as well in the same area, was 124, slightly above. Then we got divergence building up here. It was actually a bit bigger, and so it touches that point here. And we got a clear up of that divergence back down to the 200 MA, that's the hourly chart, at 1110. So that level is absolutely critical. We are very likely to go back down a little bit more, as we have the 200 running a bit lower. So in extension we can go and test 109. That would be a nice entry point. Of course that would invalidate that trend line, but that's not so much of a concern. It will just be a different trend line running slightly lower, which is of course perfectly acceptable. So something similar to this potentially, so we'll see that. Of course at that point here it's a little bit in the middle, too risky to attempt short positions. I believe we could actually of course stop there and continue higher. As we can see on the 4 hours we have some support on the 20 MA and also some doji candle that could mean that we could get a green candle following through there, but my opinion is more likely that we're going to retest the low and potentially go and reach this level until we actually start and go back toward that level and actually break higher. I think we have a fair chance now to break above 130. Are we able to break higher than this for now? It's of course hard to tell. We need something a bit special, as that would actually mean some new trend to the upside. That is of course quite a change from what we got so far. If we just look at the quote reports here, during that time when we got that move to the upside, reduction of open interest, that's not very much bullish, and we see the managed money still actually not increasing long. They had actually reduced their short exposure during that move. And also here we can see that the edges, they are still keep adding long against lower price. So it's not highly positive in terms of the quote report. It doesn't actually point to a huge accumulation from the funds. We still need that to break much higher. Of course, to break 130 we absolutely need the funds to actually follow through, otherwise we'll fail once again, as we've done it in the past here at 134. It's no chance that we break higher than this, and it will actually go back down very likely to the lower trend line in that support. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on this. Looking at long entry on coffee, if it does actually go ahead and break here, it would be quite risky against that divergence, sorry, on the hourly chart to actually buy that breakout. Could be false breakout very easily. There's a lot of room on the RSI to break higher, so until we make another touch, it can easily go to 130, 135 without invalidating the divergence. So it's a bit tricky to trade on that breakout, and it's a little bit high in my opinion to actually get in safely, apart from really some short and speculative trade. So yeah, that's all. I'll check that on midweek again, but I think we should get some action earlier, potentially on Monday. If it goes down strongly to 110, or otherwise it will build up a little bit until Tuesday and drop later. But in any case, we should have an entry point next week, so that could be quite interesting. So thanks for watching. I wish you safe trading, and I speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.